What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's been a while. It's been quite a while. This is Todd, aka Smartest Man in the World. At least that's what I like to call myself. And making another video. This video, as you can see by the title, is my MTC truck driving school review slash I guess my overall CDL review. Uh, if you are watching any of my past videos, I said that I would be going to leaving the Uber thing and going to do my truck driving thing. Basically, be a over the road truck driver. And after some time, and some more time, that's what I eventually did. So I end up after I stopped Ubering and everything. Uh, I ended up getting like a regular job, just a 9 to 5, and it was okay. I had to end up getting another job on top of that one to kind of like make ends meet. So I got like two different jobs. And I was doing okay, but I was like zombified. Shit, I wasn't really. Shit, I was fucking dead. So shit, that shit wasn't cutting it. So I worked it for a little while. I worked like at a car place, and I worked like at Domino's in the evening time. Like I said, I was doing like 85 hours a week, something stupid, like 80 to 85 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Just killing myself. So uh, that didn't work out for me. So I decided to go ahead and jump off the bridge and just or the porch, whatever you want to call it, and just go ahead and do the truck driving thing. So I decided to go to MTC, which is not that far from my house. I stay in Florissant, Missouri. MTC is like in Hazelwood, Missouri. And overall, it wasn't a bad experience for me. It wasn't a bad experience for me. I mean, I watch other reviews about the school, other reviews about you know just the whole CDL experience and everything. But overall, it wasn't that bad for me. It's supposed to have been like a 3 week program. For me, it ended up being like a 4 to 5 week program because uh, it took me a little longer to get my CDL. Some people get their stuff on one time and they got their CDL. It took me like She took me like 4 times. I mean, I was lollygagging a little bit and overconfident a little bit and just ended up messing up. But I eventually got my CDL, Class A. A Class A CDL, if you don't know, I guess you should know if you're watching this video, but if you don't know, it's kind of like basically to drive the 18 wheelers and stuff like that. So going to the school, MTC, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to drive no truck. Didn't know anything about no air brakes or slack adjusters. I didn't know nothing about none of this stuff. The school takes you from nothing, like 0 to 100. So my first week there, I thought it was kind of ghetto, and I didn't think that was gonna work out or whatever because I'm like, ugh, like what is this? Like it wasn't really happening for me. Uh, but as that first week went along and the second week went along, you find yourself like shit. You are learning, but you have to like put the work in to learn. You know, so that's what I did, man. I like put the work in, and I learned. The first week is like all classroom. And the rest of the weeks I was there, you in something called the yard. So the yard is basically where you basically learn your maneuvers, like different maneuvers called like an alley dock or a parallel park, a blind side parallel park, and a regular parallel park, a blind side offset and a regular offset, and something called straight back. Basically, when you back a big truck, straight back. So those things are kind of easy, kind of not. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely takes practice. Like when anything else, it just takes practice. So over the course of my training at the school, which is the 4 or 5 weeks I was there, I learned all that stuff. But like I said, you have to want to learn. You got to want to do it. You got to just want it. Then at the end of your training, when they think you got it, they give you like a yard test, just like basically to test your skills and your knowledge and stuff like that. If you do good in the yard test or do okay in the yard test, they send you out to state. And state basically like a regular driving test, but for trucks. And you go to the state facility, and you basically you do they do like a test your knowledge. You got to basically tell them the components of the truck, how the brakes work, and different things like that. And you basically go through all that stuff, and it's set up into 3 different sections. And once you pass the 3 different sections, which is something called your pre-trip, your yard test, and your road test. Once you pass all 3 sections, you got your CDL. Then eventually, I passed all 3 sections. One time I went, I was overconfident, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. So I really didn't study that much. I just knew I had it, and I failed. Second time I went, I'm sorry. First time I went, it was nerves. Nerves got me, so I didn't get past my pre-trip. Second time I went, like I said, I was overconfident. I'm like, I got this. It's nothing. It's nothing, and I failed. The third time I went, I couldn't get past one of the maneuvers called the alley dock. I couldn't get past one of the maneuvers to save my life. I ended up timing out. But the fourth time I went, I wasn't cocky. I made sure I had my knowledge and everything, and I passed. So it's like each time I went, I passed a different section. You know what I'm saying? And I eventually passed it all. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about perseverance and not giving up. And I didn't give up, and I ended up passing. But overall, about the school, I think it's a great school. You know, I think the instructors are fucking great. I mean, I didn't have no problem with any of them. In no sense of saying none of their names, because I mean, might not be there when you go. But the instructors are great. The yard instructors, the classroom instructors, and you can tell that they really want you to learn. They really want you to go in there and do what you got to do and get up out of there. The people are great too. Like a lot of the people are from out of town, like from all over. You got some people in there from Alabama, people in there from Florida, people in there from hell everywhere. Look, one dude was in there. He was from South Dakota. You got a bunch of different nationalities too. You got some Africans. You got some Arabs. All kind of different nationalities and everything. But everybody cool. I didn't have a problem with anybody. My whole time there, my class was pretty good. You got classes before me, it was pretty good. Classes behind me, that was pretty good. Overall, it was a good experience. You know, they started something this when I was there called like a split shift. So they got daytime shift and they got nighttime shift. Luckily, I was on daytime shift. But they do have a nighttime shift that starts from like 4 o'clock to like 2:30 in the morning, like 6 days a week. I was on the daytime shift, which started from like 6:30 in the morning to like 5 o'clock in the evening. It's a 10-hour shift with a 30-minute break, and that was like 6 days a week also. It's kind of like an accelerated thing. That's why it's like 6 days a week. But like I said, overall, MTC as a school is great. The instructors are great. The people were great, and it might definitely start off slow, but you learn, man. And you end up getting your CDL, and you end up being out here on the road. What I'm doing now, since I got my CDL, is like a waiting period. I'm just at home now, waiting on my trainer to pick me up. You go on the road and you learn some more inside the truck. That's the whole game. And once you get done with your trainer, that lasts 175 hours or 1 month. You go through like a little skills test to make sure you're okay. As far as how you are on the road and stuff like that, and how your maneuvers and all that stuff. Once you got that down pat, they set you up with your own truck, or they set you up with like team. You go to like a team, like two of y'all just drive your own truck and goes from there. So just a little review about my time at MTC and my overall CDL experience. Uh, any questions? Leave a comment. Like I said, MTC is located in Hazelwood, Missouri, a little bit outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Uh, like I said, it wasn't too hard for me. I stayed pretty near. But like I said, if you're from out of town, they do set you up with a hotel room and all that stuff. And as far as pay, I didn't pay for anything. I didn't pay for nothing. Like when they got my CDL permit, they paid for that. When I went and got my actual CDL paper, they paid for that. They paid $77 for the CDL, and they paid 40 something dollars for the permit. Uh, food and stuff like you gotta pay for your own food and stuff. That's normal. But as far as anything that has to do with the school, I didn't pay for anything. They set you up with the job. Uh, Once you pass, your CDL and stuff like that. I think the job take like I think after you graduate and everything, they took like $50 out of the check or something like that. Something you won't even notice, man. I mean, everything seemed on the up and up. It might seem a little weird or ghetto at first, but shit, end of the day, everything seems pretty cool to me. $50 a check ain't too bad. You projected to make between 800 and what 1,400 a week. Between 800 and 1,400 a week once you become like once you get done with training and stuff. And after when you go into your orientation, day one, day two, you get paid for that too. Like $50 to $70 a day for your orientation. So yeah, that's that. Any questions? Just let us leave a comment. We'll go from there. I'll answer them the best way I can. Supposed to be going on the road tomorrow, so if I can get another video out while I'm on the road, I will. And I'll keep you guys updated on my guest truck driving career or my progress. Uh, have any questions about Uber too? I mean, I can kind of answer them still, but I'm not in that field anymore, so I can kind of answer them. All righty. Peace.